Hey guys, welcome back to my show. My name is JP of JP Magic and you're watching Bevies and Bar Tricks with JP. Up next we have a special guest named Colin.
Are you squishing my head?
And the beer that we're gonna have is Country Brown Ale by Wellington Brewery in Guelph. Are you ready? I am. Table for two! Hello, my name is JP of JP Magic and we're back with a special episode with Bevies and Bar Tricks with JP. And up next, thank you, we got a live studio audience here. We have a nice guest and his name is Colin Mercery.
Hi everybody!
Hi everyone! Colin, can you, thank you, yeah, you can clap. We got a live studio audience here. Colin, what is your name? You can tell the viewers at home.
My name is Colin Mercy. I'm an experienced beer drinker. I've been drinking beer for some 30 years and I'm here to delve into this new fine brew that JP's got for us called, what is it called, JP?
So it is from Wellington Brewery. It's called Country Brown Ale. So it's a dark ale. And it's awesome to have this kind of dark ale with Oktoberfest. So, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, so I got cups here for us. What we do is we rate three things. We rate taste, the smell, the aroma, and the color.
All right, excellent.
Yes.
What's our scale rating? Is it a 1 to 5?
Yeah,
like
1 to 5 to help people to help out. So to pour a perfect glass is you put 45-degree angle. And let it set, let the bubbles go.
Excellent. I'm already liking what I see here.
Yes. Brown ale. Kutch! I'm joking.
Thanks, man.
There you go. So, first of all, what is your favorite type of beer? Let's start from
I
here.
like stouts. I like dark beer. This is looking like something I'm going to enjoy, so I'm looking forward to tasting it.
Okay, so let's do the aroma. Let's smell the aroma. I smell dark roasted malts, notes. What do you smell? I smell smoke.
I smell a lot of smoke. Yeah.
Okay.
Let me get another whiff here.
Yes.
It smells like beer, JP.
Yeah, it smells beer. I love it's just like the malty flavor of it. Okay, so I rate the smell 3.5 out of 5. What do you rate the smell out of? The aroma.
I'll give the smell a 4. It smells like a good beer. It's got a nice fresh aroma. I can't really pick out any notes or anything per se, but it does smell like a good beer.
Yes. Okay, now my favorite, his favorite, we're gonna taste it. Cheers.
Cheers.
Prost. Awesome.
Nice and smooth.
Yes.
Got a little bit of a bite to it, which is nice.
It is smooth. It has a full body to it. I really love it is not over our hoppy taste because it's an IPA, but this is ale, brown ale. So you will have a lot of like nutty tones, malt, earth tones, I would call it. Some people will say a hint of coffee, because of like the dark roast notes to it. I really like it. I really do like it. It's perfect combination with like the coldness in the air, crisp, you know, but this warms you up with the taste, like bread notes, malt notes, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's you know, I think of like dark ales. I usually think of like Guinness. It's more of a stout though.
Yes.
How does a brown ale, like what's the comparison between a brown ale and a stout? Like I find it's much lighter than Guinness.
Yes.
You know, it sits you know, kind of the stomach a little lighter, and it's not so, it doesn't have that thickness to it. It's good. It's got a very smooth aftertaste to it. I'm enjoying it.
Yes. Yeah. So stout and brown ales are different. Porters were made before the stout. So stouts, they are more good dessert beer, I think. Good with to drink minerals like iron, right? So back in the day, doctors in Ireland used to prescribe Guinness for mums to get their iron levels up.
Oh, no kidding. Well, that's
Yeah.
great. That's good. That's killing two birds with one stone. I like that.
It is. The Irish knows what they do.
Can I see the can, JP?
Yeah, for sure. It's a beautiful can. It's Wellington Wellington. They're based in Guelph. You can see it when you go to Guelph from Kitchener-Waterloo. It's on the right side. Lager Dave used to work there, but he works at Alora Brewing. So, yeah. Okay. So the taste. What do you do? 5 something out of 5. So let's taste it first,
All right,
and
one
you
more
get the
taste here,
final
let's
taste.
see.
Yes.
Yeah, taste. I'd probably give it maybe a 3.5 out of 5. It's it could be a little fuller. You know,
Okay.
but it's not bad. It's a good beer. I drink it again.
Okay, that's that's good. That's good that you will buy. Yeah, because there's some beers you're like, man, I don't want to like drink it. You know, you're like, yeah, this is bad beer. Yeah, okay. I will rate this 4 out of 5. I really like it. I really like the aftertaste. I still have the aftertaste in my mouth. Again, banana notes. Beautiful beer. That's all, you know? Beautiful beer. Okay. You say 3 out of 5?
3.5 out of
3.5?
What's the difference between 3 and 4? Yeah.
Okay, 3.5, and I say 4. Right now, the last, we do the color. We rate the color, we talk about the color. The color of this brown ale is perfect. Like, it is legit brown. It's good. You cannot see through it. It is perfect. It is filtered, so it's not anything floating around. I really like the color. I want to say 4.5 out of 5.
You know, it's funny you say that, JP. I was going to give it a 4.5 as well. You know, it's got a nice amber color. It's got a, you know, with a mixed with some brownish hues in there. Not as quite as dark as like a, you know, like a stout, but
Yes.
You know, it's got some nice colors in there. It's a good amount of carbonation too, and you know, good head as well. Good head is important.
That's what she said. Before we go, what is your favorite brewery?
My favorite brewery. All
Yes.
right. Well, maybe it's the one you work at, JP. What do you think?
And what is that brewery? Do you remember?
I don't remember actually. I'm trying to butter you up
Yeah,
here.
it's good. Okay.
So what is the brewery you work at? Yeah, I know you told me. I'm terrible with names and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, so I work at TWB.
TWB. All right.
Yeah, that's Together We're Bitter, and we have good craft beers. Good craft beers because we make everything in small samples, like small batches. Because if you make everything in big batches, like Budweiser, the beer quality tastes like shit. It doesn't taste good because you're making a lot, you know?
Right, okay.
But us, we make everything in small batches.
So is the equipment different between small and large batch?
No.
Maybe that's responsible.
No,
for
because
flavor?
it is the same process.
Okay.
Yeah, same process. Like because you gotta like boil, like make the beer hot. You gotta put yeast in. You gotta put malts, right? So it's like same, but bigger.
Bigger's not better, is what you're saying.
Yeah. Because they have like Holden kegs, like 3 stories high. You know.
Okay.
Right. So it's like they have bigger equipment. We got our equipment, and it's from Europe. So we like had to like chains fit in and everything to figure out, but still makes good beer.
Cool.
And it's small batches, right? So again, like that's what I say to people at
What's
the
small
market.
batch? Like, you just give me an idea here. Like, you're saying some are 3 stories high, so that might be like a couple thousand liters they're crafting at a time.
Yes.
So,
Do you
So
want to try that carburetor?
I say
Once they're done in their movie.
They're done.
No, they're not. They didn't record it.
yeah, they heat recorded. I think it's just for
He was joking.
Oh, no?
It's
We don't have any more beer, man. Like, we have to like fake the beer.
Yeah, he drank the beer. There's no other.
Yeah, we can't. You know.
Yeah.
It's recording.
okay, good. Sorry, what? Yeah. So, like I was saying, so,
Yeah.
um,
You want to try?
Do you want me to stop this?
no, this is good.
Okay.
Let her run, man.
So,
He was a
Budweiser.
good guest. He was a good guest.
Yeah.
You did well, Colin.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
So Budweiser, they, okay, their spill off in one day. We make that in 1 year.
What's spill off mean?
So it's just like spill off, like as beer is spilling off, like this spill off, right? Because
Just garbage
sometimes,
beer,
yeah,
like stuff that's not used.
no, not garbage beer. Spill off. When you transfer beer from tank to tank, you have like spill off, like beer spill off, you know. So yeah, spill off. Beer that is spilling off when we transfer.
When you
To-
transfer.
Yeah,
Okay.
to like big.
And it's deliberate. You know, like maybe the top, the canister, or whatever what do you call it? What is that? The vessel that they cook it in. Sorry, it's on the tip of my tongue.
No. Yes, I know. I
Not a
know.
cauldron. What the hell is it called?
A tank.
That copper,
Hold
that
on,
big
yeah.
copper tank. What's the name of
Masher.
that? There's another name for it. I don't know. Is it a kettle?
Yeah. Yeah. Sure,
Anyway.
that sounds right. Yeah.
So is it like they spill it off because maybe the top stuff's garbage, or the bottom's full of sediments, or they're just pouring it out, or what's the deal there? Or is it just naturally lost, just from like just trying to transfer? Because I think they'd have like a valve.
Yeah,
they'd
yeah,
hook it
yeah,
up,
yeah.
and then they'd
Yeah,
open it
but
up, so there
sometimes
shouldn't be any
it
spill.
happens. Yeah, it spills off. You know, like little. That's why like breweries, you like brewers wear rubber boots because always hosing down, and the
Okay.
chemicals is like.
So you're saying their spill off in a year or in a day is what you guys do in a year?
So yeah,
you
so
said?
Budweiser spill off in one day. We make that in 1 year. So that's how much
You
they
make
produce.
you make that much beer in 1 year.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that's how much they produce.
So it's a lot. So what percentage of each brew is spill off usually? Just kind of put it in perspective, like 5%, 10%, or is it more than that?
Man, that's a good question. I say 0.5% maybe.
Oh, it's a very, very small
Yeah.
amount. Oh, so these guys, they're making a lot of beer then.
Yeah, well, that's why you see Budweiser everywhere, like sports stadiums, concert events. Like they have highly good contracts, you know.
So 200, I'm just kind of putting a factor on that.
Yes.
So they probably make about, just rough estimation, about 6,000 times more beer a year than you guys do, roughly.
Yes.
If you think like half a percentage, that's a 200 times factor, and then it's 365 days a year, one day versus 1 year.
Yes.
So just use 300, to make it round. I don't think they do production 7 days a week. So.
Yes. Yeah.
So yeah, okay. So like 6,000 times more. Yeah, so that's a lot. Yeah, they're mass producing it like crazy.
They are mass producing it, yeah, and then people like it because they have good ad campaign, like good ads to market themselves. Yeah, but their beer I don't like so
Right.
because their beer is based out of rice, so like that's their main ingredient, right? Like grain. So like their grain of choice is rice. So
Okay.
so it is like cheaper than grain.
Yeah, depending which grain you're talking
Yeah,
about, right?
yeah, but that's
Rice
their
is
base.
cheap,
Yeah, rice. Yeah,
Huh.
rice. And Budweiser, when they first produced, is not the same recipe. Like back in the 1850s, when Budweiser was Budweiser, they did not use rice at all, right? So like, I think when the bigger you are, the more simple your recipe is.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
You use cheaper ingredients, increase profits, that sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So where are you guys located then?
We are located at 300 Mill Street,
300 Mill Street. Okay.
Kitchener, between Ottawa and Sterling. So like that's the
Yeah,
so
yeah.
on Mill, right? But the major intersection is Mill and Sterling, and then we're there.
Cool. Nice. How big is the facility?
It's a small. It fits 30 people inside. We have a patio outside. It fits like 60 people outside.
Okay.
So it's really small. It is like awesome intimacy.
So would it be considered like a microbrewery then? or-
Yeah. Oh yeah. It is.
Okay.
It's a microbrewery.
Cool. Nice. Yeah, I think with small batches you can kind of finesse it, right? Like you spend a little more time and care, and it's more of an art, right? The smaller stuff.
Yeah.
You mass produce, you're just trying to just nail the flavor time to time, keep costs down, make it the process repeatable, and
Yes.
it's a different. It's I don't think larger staff too. They don't put as much heart and soul into their work. It's just kind of
Yes.
more of a
Yes.
production job, right?
That is, and the good thing about us is they give us a living wage. A living wage, and like they don't have to do that. A living wage, and also our place is like no tip. Like don't tip us at all. Just buy us our beer because like our beer prices is a bit expensive, but again you are paying for good quality stuff. You are buying in a co-op. This is a co-op. It is not a big beer company buying in, like Creemore. Creemore, Labatt's owns Creemore. So a lot of people don't know where or who owns the beer, So I think a lot of people should be educated. What beer is owned by the big companies like Budweiser, Blue,
Yeah, sure. Why not? Yeah.
Because I think they're scared because they know there's a huge market for craft beer, man. There's a huge market because there's like beer nuts. Like I sell at St. Jacob's Farmers Market and I work front of the house. And there's beer nuts, man. People will talk about beer to you, And then like the big guys know, okay, we gotta buy little guys and like say craft beer. But they're not craft because it's owned by the big guys. The good thing about a co-op is the profits stay within.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to Toronto. So like Creemore, like Labatt's, I think, head office in Toronto. So the profits from Creemore goes to Toronto, not to town, right? So TWB, co-op, worker-owned, community-supported brewery, right? So.
Right. Okay. Cool.
But that's huge. Like that's like a shift of thinking fundamentally, So like.
Craft beer has really come into its own over the last, I'd say, 10 years or so.
Yes.
Prior to that, it wasn't so popular. It was more of a, more what the, I don't know what you want to call, maybe yuppies isn't the right word, but it was more for a certain group of people who were into craft beers. It was more of an obscure, hobby that some people have. And they even make little, batches at home and all that sort of stuff. But I'd say in the last 10 years, it's really grown.
Yes.
Like my friend Mike, he opened up a place called Grey Matter Brewery in Kincardine. Yeah, and it's been wildly successful. That place is packed all the time. It's like their beer. You go in any beer store, you can find their beers in there. Like they've got great distribution and everything too. And I mean, he just started that up within the last 5 years. It's been wildly successful. So
Yes.
I think other craft breweries are in the same boat. People just get bored of drinking the same thing all the time.
Yes.
It's nice to have some variety and
Yes.
someone to take a little bit of time to make a work of art with the craft beer, right?
Yes.
Last beer I drank. Oh goodness. I think it was a Heineken.
Heineken.
Yeah, which is pretty bitter. It was actually out of a large keg, so it was it's extra bitter because of the tin in the and from the can. It was all right, but I think I prefer my Heineken out of the bottle.
Heineken. Do you have a good beer story to tell before we end off this show with Colin?
A good beer story.
Yeah. Any good beer story?
Oh my goodness.
Whatever that means,
A good beer story. Okay, let's see. Here's a good one. Okay, when I was younger, I had a bunch of friends over for a house party. I was probably in my mid-20s then, and we got liquored up pretty good on some beers. We were chugging beers all night long, and someone got to doing that little trick where you fill the bottle up, like 90% full, and then you hit it on the top, and it smashes out the bottom.
Yeah.
So my friend Mike, he decided to hit the bottle. And he was a big guy, kind of did a little bit of roids. He was like, kind of built up and stuff.
Yeah.
He hit the bottle so hard, he smashed it. He was left-handed, actually. So he smashed it, and it actually severed the tendon in his finger. And it was like, there's blood everywhere, and like it was a pretty major emergency.
Yes.
Well, we wanted to take him to the hospital. He's a very stubborn man, didn't want to go to the hospital. So he just let it heal up on its own, and from that day forward, whenever he got into a fight, he'd always be like this. He couldn't ever bend his finger, so he was still perpetually flipping the bird with his left hand. So there's my beer story, JP.
The studio audience loved that joke. That's really good. Hey, thank you a lot for coming on my show.
Anytime.
Where do we find you? Can we find you or no?
Yeah, sure. You can find me on Facebook, under Colin Mercier, or LinkedIn, also Colin Mercier, and reach out to me and be happy to, do plenty more beer samplings. Be happy to. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. Cheers.
Okay, I think we can do the real thing now. So that's a good dress rehearsal.
Yeah. All right. Good.
Make sure that we're on. Make sure that's. Can you press record now?
You didn't record that?
No, no. That's this. We're gonna improv that.
Oh, popping for nothing.
No.
Are you squishing my head?
Oh. Yeah, Ryan was working in the background. Remember that, JP? We're in the middle of the set.